everyone, how are you? I hope everyone is doing well on this Thursday afternoon. This is Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot here. I hope my MIGT community is doing well. And so what brings me back is a subscriber's request that I have honored. And so this request has come in from Rose, as she has asked me to do a celebrity reading on Rose from Blackpink. And so Rose, of course, is a part of the popular girl band group Blackpink. She is a Korean New Zealand singer and a dancer, but she is the main vocalist of the group. Rose is 26 years old, and her zodiac sign is an Aquarius, which makes her an air sign. All right, so Rose wanted to know is her upcoming solo activities. She overall wants to know, will they be successful, and particularly as a soloist singer. So Rose, to answer your question, overall, based upon the cards that have come out, overall, yes, okay? But so I kind of gave you a little hint before we got into the cards. But I will say that Rose, when I did her card, especially when I pulled out the first card, we got the first card here. Hopefully you can see. It might be a little tricky depending on the lighting. I'm sorry about that, but this is a major arcana of the Strength card. So for me, when this card came out, intuitively I felt that Rose is a perfectionist. And when people are like that, not that there's anything wrong with it, because when it comes to certain projects, certain things that you might be working on, you want things to be right? But then there are some that is really like a perfectionist. And I feel that this is her energy, that she sometimes struggles. So when this card came up, I feel there's a challenge, not with her projects or the things that she's working on, but within herself. And so it also lets me know that that is going to be her challenge when she is working on any of her solo activities, because she is a perfectionist. When you have a perfectionist, for them, it leaves little room for mistakes. And that can be something that in itself can be a challenge, because again, when you come across and when you put yourself into your work, you are determined and you might have the passion, but sometimes when you're a perfectionist, and I must say sometimes I'm a little guilty of it at times, but I feel for her that when that happens, when she don't get it right, that she can become even emotional. She can have moments where she might cry, because I feel also that she is hard on herself, right? And she is like her hardest critic, if you will. Not really other people, but I think that she can be her own critic when it comes to the work that she does, because she wants it to be right. So the Strength card, to me, again, when you see the face, half a face of a lion, and then you have the regular face. This is just, to me, her juggling the changes, or just juggling, trying to keep a balance, not being too overly emotional, but just to be able to just take a breather, take a deep breath, and know that, you know what, it's that expression, that saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, you try again. And coming down to clarify that Strength card, we do have here the Queen of Cups along with the Ace of Wands. So it just speaks about what I just said. If at first you don't succeed, you pick yourself up and you try again. You will do it. You will get it right. Because I feel that also she kind of wants to get it right on the first time. So if she don't get it right, it gets her upset, kind of. And that's where I feel that she's hard on herself. So the Ace of Wands just shows that if she don't get it right, she will then find that, that energy, that spirit to kind of know she can't be too emotional, because the Queen of Wands can be like a loving energy by all means. But also when it comes to oneself, like Rose, it can be where she might become or be too overly emotional. And when we are working on things, we have to find a balance. We can't be too emotional, because if we are too emotional, sometimes it can fog our thinking. It can kind of slow us down to really get to what it is we want to do, if that makes sense. And I think that this is her. all right? But overall, as we move on, you will see that despite that challenge that she has to kind of manage on her own, that all will be well. Now, the next card that we come up with is the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles speaks about those solo opportunities or solo activities that it will be presented to her. So anything from this point on, basically, that she do engage in, it will be well, because the Ace, as we know, it starts beginnings. It's also like opportunities. It can be offers, new work that come in, because Pentacles is about the money. So it speaks about like opportunities pertaining to work. So anything that she drives toward or go toward as a soloist, more than likely it will go well, but it shows that the opportunity is there. And now to clarify that, we have here the Hierophant, another major arcana, along with the Ace of Swords. So to me, when speaking about, leaving that energy off from the Strength card, and when I mentioned that she can be a little emotional, I feel that she might at times have to kind of, I feel that might be either a friend, maybe even a family member, whoever this might be, someone that is close to her, that see her in those moments that she is being too hard on herself and being too, focused on getting things right. It might be somebody there that will kind of, speak to her and tell her, listen, you are going to be okay. You're going to do good. Take a deep breath, right? And know that you don't have to rush. You don't have to always get it right on the first try, but to take your time. Take as much time as you need, because overall you're going to do your thing and you're going to be successful with it. But I feel that in addition to her being a perfectionist, that, like I said, there's an anxiousness energy that I pick up around her. Whatever project or whatever activities that she's doing by herself, that she's anxious and that she wants to get it right. But I feel that it could be a friend, it could be maybe someone in the group that might kind of be around her when she's on these projects on her own, to kind of give her encouragement, because the Ace of Swords is communication. It's not an action card. It's a energy of communication, which means that somebody might be there to speak to her, to kind of keep her, balanced, and to let her know, don't be too hard on yourself. You're going to be okay. It's okay that you take a moment to kind of readjust, and that's what I feel that's what that means. Now, as we move over to the next card, this card really wanted to come out because while I was shuffling, this card flipped over and I put it back because I wanted to shuffle more of the energy, and yet and still, it came back out, the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups pretty much right in the center, to me, kind of speaks about overall what this outcome would be with any solo activities that she gets herself into, that overall she's going to be happy and she's going to be fulfilled about the results behind it, because the Ten of Cups speaks about completion, speaks about happiness, speaks about fulfillment, that she did achieve, acquire what it was that she wanted, right? Overall, in other readings, it is a family card, but it can speak about one's success. So now will be the time when she sees the success in the aftermath of whatever it is that she did. Now she can shed some tears and be emotional, because Ten of Cups can also just be so overwhelmed with being so happy about something that has completed, and you realize that it did well, but you don't really want to put too much emotions on it when you're in the process of working on something, because like I said, it can kind of hold you back a little bit and cloud your thinking to get through to whatever it is. But the Ten of Cups speaks about completion. Now, to clarify that, guess what came out again? The Ten of Cups, along with the Temperance. And going right back over to the beginning, when I mentioned about that friend that might be encouraging her, to tell her to, take things slow. You don't have to rush the project. This is what the Temperance is about. It's kind of letting her know, it's okay. Be patient. Take your time. You don't have to rush through anything. You will get it right, right? And then with the Ten of Cups, we just came off the Ten of Cups energy. So as you can see, it has come up a second time, which means what? 10, 10, double numbers, it's like she also have support, not only from her physical friends, but I also feel that it might be a part of her that might be spiritual as well. So it's almost like, whenever she is alone, she prays. She's very spiritual, because we did get the Hierophant here, right? So it could be moments where she just kind of just go into like a hermit mode, where she just pray and just really, asks for the support that she need, and to keep her confident. But that's another thing that I see that she's very confident. So aside from being a perfectionist, she is very confident. So whatever those projects that she does, it will go well because of her confidence. Overall, the success of any type of activity or project that we have, it takes confidence. When you lack confidence, sometimes it's not going to be quite successful. But I see her as a very confident young lady that, as you can say, has a very bright future ahead of her, very big time. But again, the Ten of Cups, it speaks right there about promise and success that is ahead of her. Now, however, though, we come down to now her energy, because remember, she's an air sign, Aquarius. This is the Five of Swords, so this now is her energy coming through. But as you can see, it's an energy that looks kind of, stressed, anxiety. And this is where her being a perfectionist come into play. Because again, when you're hard on yourself and you're really trying to get things right on that first try, it can cause an instant headache. It can cause some anxiety, right? But she have to know that overall at the end, she will get it right. But she have to, again, the challenge for her is to know that that she's only human, right? And despite her being determined and wanting to get things right, there's a point where you can't be overdriven, right? You have to have balance, because if you don't, it can put you in this energy of the Five of Swords. It can cause you headache and stress. And that's something that will just add more pressure on herself. So she got to kind of know when to kind of just relax, take a breather, and know that it will be done. She will get it right, right? Even if she got to do it a few times, she will get it right. And I think overall, in speaking, not just for her, but I think us as a whole, sometimes that can happen. We have to realize it will be done. If not, you try again. The more you try, it will get to where it needs to be, right? Now, to clarify that energy of the Five of Swords, just what I said, we have the major arcana of the Judgment along with the Six of Wands. The Judgment card, like I said, she judges herself. She is too hard on herself. So the Judgment card, again, is like a realization of herself, if need be, to kind of say, I have to stop being too hard on myself. She's her own critic of herself when it comes to the work that she does, right? And so again, whether it's herself telling her that, or she might have someone in her circle, a friend, a family member that knows her and how she is when it comes to her work, they have to kind of remind her, girl, Rose, it's okay, let it go, you will be fine. And then we have the Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is success. It's victory. So she have to tell herself or someone that's around her, you will get it. You will be successful. Because this is what the energy of the Six of Wands is. It's about success. It's about having worked hard. You succeeded. You have overcome whatever the challenge that you had, whether it's the challenge within yourself or from other people, you will see victory, because it's also a victory card, which means overall what? Success. You have done it because you put in the work, but you didn't give up. So that's why I said as well, she is a confident young lady. She exudes a lot of, passion toward her work, that it makes her sometimes a bit of a perfectionist, right? But again, it can be a pro and it can be a con behind that, right? So again, it means what? Balance. It has to be balanced. Now, as we move over, we come to another major arcana of the Wheel. So the Wheel just shows that whatever solo activities that she engages in, it's going to go in her favor. It's going to be successful, right? So each thing. Now, on this card we have here, it shows 4 wheels, okay? You might have to zoom in because of the lighting, but it shows 4 wheels. There's a small wheel. As you go up, the wheel gets bigger. You go up above that, it gets bigger until you get to the big wheel, which basically you're on top of the world. So with each step, with each activity, with each goal, with each opportunity, it's going to go in her favor. Things will flow, and she is going to accomplish what it is that she puts her hand on as a soloist. Okay, now to clarify that wheel, we have here the Two of Swords along with the Queen of Wands. So the Two of Swords to me is, again, almost where there might be a moment that because she works so hard, she might sometimes feel like, just lost my thought, give me a moment. Two of Swords is where I feel that, I hate when that happens. Two of Swords is where she feels that, oh, yes, I know it's going to come to me, that she's over-focused. Remember? So, again, going back to that Strength card, it speaks about balance. And remember, under that, we had the Queen of Cups along with the Ace of Wands. So, basically, it shows that she can't be too over-focused, right? Over-driven. There's a balance that has to be displayed, where it comes to her works, right? And if she continues to have that attitude, it can block. It can kind of delay it. Not that it won't be, go well, but it can kind of put a short delay on it because you are too over-focused. So it asks her to think less, because Aquarians and air signs, they are analytical. They think a lot. They can overthink. So there's a period that they have to slow down. Their mind is so quick, right? So quick that their brain is on overdrive, if you will, right? So the Two of Swords is like, think less and focus on your passion. Focus on the action, not more on the thought of it. Yes, thoughts as to what you're working on is going to play a part, but it shouldn't be the overall energy of that. Think about the passion behind it and let that be the focus, not so much in focusing on getting it right. Kind of take away that attitude and to put more into what it is you're trying to accomplish. And I think that's about the best way I can say that. All right, so that's what I got from that. And then as we close out, we round out with overall the Knight of Pentacles. Not only does this speak about money, it speaks about the long haul. So being that this is the last card that came out for her, this is what you can say, what is the overall outcome in the future behind her solo activities. Overall, it speaks about long-term success. Something that will also create financial stability for her as she is plunging out doing her own thing. It will create for her a very bright, strong financial future, and it will be something that potentially she will continue to grow. Remember the wheel, it kind of carries over the energy of the wheel, that things will go in her favor, right? So with each career, with each pentacle, as she move along, it's going to go well and be in her favor. And then to clarify that energy, we close out with the major arcana of the Justice. I don't think I need to say more. That pretty much sums it up. Justice for her under the Knight of Pentacles means that everything will go well. It will be successful. All the hard work, all that being driven, all of that passion and getting it right, it's going to go in her favor. Justice will be served, so to speak. All right, Rose, that's it. I hope I addressed your answers pertaining to Rose. And if you did like that, you know what to do. First and foremost, you send some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like. As well, let me know what you think. Give me your feedback. And anyone else who liked this reading, please, by all means, give me some feedback. And until the next subscriber's request, which will be coming up momentarily, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful Thursday evening. Peace, love, and light. Namaste.